and welcome to another episode of The Jam Session Goes Underground. I'm your host, DJ Jazzy J, also known as Jaime Bennett. I have a real treat for you this evening on the show. My friend Jon Phipps is going to be on the show. He's an excellent musician, friend, all around extremely talented. But first, I'm going to mention that this episode is part of a fundraiser for one of my friends' friends who is stuck in Afghanistan. Imran, we are trying to raise money to get him out of Afghanistan because he really needs to get out of Afghanistan. And so if you guys seen Rory earlier, he was showing you some paintings, some drawings as part of an auction, and the money from that we receive from those paintings, drawings goes to help Rory's friend get out of Afghanistan. One of the paintings that he had showed is this one. This gives you a better visual of it. It is Frankie's Bride. And then the other one, I have to do some touch-ups on it, but I will make sure that it is good to go for anybody who purchases it. And this one is the Wisteria Elf Maiden. It's, as you can see, it's a pretty good size painting. And all the proceeds from those paintings, if they get sold, will go to Rory's friend Imran get out of Afghanistan. So, it's going for a good cause, and it's very, very, very important that we can do, whatever we can do to help. If you can't purchase any of the drawings or paintings, any donation amount would be wonderful. It will help tremendously with the cause. So without further ado, I introduce my friend and my very special guest, Jon Phipps.
I have the ugly. Don't look at me. Oh God! And I find that I'm sure we're gonna get comments about this. That I've got a window over here. I've got a window behind me, and yet it still looks like I'm sitting in the void. Because anyway, how are you, Jamie?
I'm good. I'm having a really good day. Today is a happy day.
Yes, it is. We're doing all of this for a great cause, and there is a couple of links in the description of this video where you can donate to help get Izzy out of Afghanistan. So what Jamie failed to mention, aside from being a musician, I am a show host, I am a producer, I am a director, which is what I'm doing right now, aside from being a guest, because the director I had in mind, the wonderful Renee Yaworsky, got busy, and so she left me with this task, but she has enough faith in me to multitask, so we'll do this.
You're multi-talented. You can handle it. It's okay.
Now, I might snap from time to time, but it's okay.
You'll be okay.
Yeah,
it's just a conversation among friends, right?
I know, but I've said for those of you who are watching this, as I mentioned before, a host, producer, director, everything. I'm very rarely ever a guest on someone's show. I think this might be the second time that I've ever been a guest on anyone's show here. So if I seem awkward, which I'm doing right now, please bear with me. I promise you it smooths out over time. I promise you it smooths out. So fire away.
Fire away.
Yes.
All right. When is the first time, like what age were you when you first picked up an instrument and learned how to play?
I was probably... Gosh, I would probably say I was about 8 when I first picked up a guitar. Funny enough, I actually have the first guitar I ever bought over there in the corner.
Oh, wow.
It was a cheap little first stack guitar that I think the bridge pins in it shrunk over time or something because they don't fit right anymore. But Yeah, I got that. Didn't really make any effort whatsoever to actually learn the thing. I was just noodling around on it. I don't even think I was making anything that could even be remotely considered musical. when I first got into the guitar, and I fiddled with it for probably a year and a half, and then just set it aside.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I first picked up an instrument. Of course, in grade school you have the recorder. They have you purchase a recorder and you learn how to play the recorder. That was my first instrument.
Learn how to summon Satan by Hot Cross Buns. There you go.
Pretty
Oh
much.
God.
Who are some of your musical influences?
How much time you got? I find myself to be influenced by a lot of national, international folks, but also a lot of local folks here. So just rattling off some names. Of course, Leo Kottke. I've been inspired by him for a long time. Tommy Emmanuel is another one that I've admired for a long time. Doc Watson, who is from my neck of the woods. The list of Peter Lang is another one that has influenced me. And locally, of course, Trajan Wellington, who is he is blowing up right now as a banjo player. He is just an outstanding banjo player. And by the way, thank you, Sandy, for tagging everyone in the comments here. Please rally the troops. Do not stop. Tag Renee as well, because I know she wants to comment in this as well. So yeah, Trajan, and of course, the one that got me back into music after probably an 8 or 9 year gap, Steve Lewis, my guitar teacher in high school. That man, it doesn't matter what instrument has strings on it, he can pick it up and play it. He's that good. He's played on Prairie Home Companion. He's played on several other like regional type radio and television shows. And yeah, he and his guitar, that he has 1986 Wayne Henderson guitar, which looks every day of it, but still sounds amazing. And it's just, Wayne Henderson's another influence. He is not far from me. He builds his guitars in Rugby, Virginia, which is only about 30 minutes away from where I am right now. And he's built guitars for Eric Clapton. He's built guitars for Doc Watson. Mark Knopfler, I think, has had his guitars in the past. He's a wonderful individual and a great guitar builder. I'm rambling at this point, can't you tell? I'm rambling at this point. But
guitars all day.
Yes. Sandy, while you are here, please tag Clayton, because I know he'll be good for a lot of other tagging in this, and we want to keep everything up. Though here's the thing about my job when I take part in these festivals or fundraisers, is just dissipate the energy that has been built up throughout the day. It's just, once I come on, it's just like a balloon deflating. It's just deflates. But so this is also the thing about, because I've hosted so much, I'm restraining myself. You can't see it at the time. I'm restraining myself from taking over the interview.
Well, it's fine. I mean, I'm
sure. No, this is your show. This is your show. This is your show, damn it. Host it. Don't let me overcome you.
It'll be all right. If you could play with any musician on stage, who would you want to perform with?
Oh, wow. Dead or alive?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Do both.
either. Okay, so for alive, I would. Ooh. Oh wow, that's a great question. Who would I perform with alive? Oh, gosh. Probably Tommy Emmanuel. If I went with alive, and obviously those that have passed, if I could go back and get a chance to play, I obviously want to play with both Doc and Merle Watson. So, yeah, it takes care of. I'm making this so awkward right now because I'm not a good guest. I like to think I'm a good host. I like to think I'm a good host, but I'm shit for being a guest because I don't do it that often.
You're fine. It's just two friends having a conversation. You're fine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Fine. My dream band would be like Motionless in White. I would love to perform with them because I have a low voice, like a low vocal range, and I can sing pretty even with the lead singer of Motionless in White, which is crazy. So like I sing heavy metal music.
Oh gosh.
People can't imagine that.
I was gonna say you wouldn't think this sweet little sunflower of a human would be a fan of heavy metal music, but she is. She is, and it's one of the biggest musical shocks I've ever gotten when I've come to know someone.
I love singing heavy metal music. I have sung Motionless in White's music. I have sung Marilyn Manson's music, and all the, that's whatever. But yeah.
Like I say, I still have trouble wrapping my little pea brain around that. Oh gosh. But it's her prerogative. It's her prerogative. There you go.
It's sad because like my vocal register is so low that those are the people that I can match with and actually sing.
Yeah. Oh gosh. At least you have a genre you can land in. I can't do that. I don't have a genre I can land in like so. My voice just sounds like goose farts on a muggy day when I sing. It's good. That bad. Anyway, please proceed with the questions and don't let me take over the interview.
That's fine. We can go off on tangents. It's good.
Yeah, that's the thing. See, that's the thing about when I'm hosting a show or when I'm a guest on someone else's show. We'll get from point A to point B, but there'll be 26 detours along the way. Just look at any live stream I've done with our wonderful Renee Yaworsky. I mean, it's like I say, we get from point A to point B most times, but there's a lot of detours along the way. So anyway, I'll shut up and let you comment your show. Hello, Dana Ricker.
Dana's here. Sandy's here. A whole bunch of awesome people's here. Had a little awesome people in the crowd. If you were like a famous musician that went out on the road and you had like a green room that you had to be in, what would be your snack choices?
You're gonna think I'm weird when I say this, but I don't really know if I have a preference for that. Like, I don't know. I've never thought about these questions before, so it's just hitting me like a brick wall. Like, if you had anyone else on this show who has been in this position a gazillion times, they'd be able to rattle off, a 6-course meal. But I'm not. Oh, God.
Well, let's see. Coca-Cola is good. I love Coca-Cola.
Has to be Cheerwine for me.
Well, see?
That's Carolina Chardonnay. Come on now. You have to have Cheerwine. Just ask Sylvia.
I like Cheerwine. It's great. And then you'd have to have, like, I don't know, like maybe Snickers candy bar or popcorn or something.
Oh, there used to be, I can't remember if it was in a book or if it was in a magazine. Sandy's wanting 7-Eleven taquitos. Oh my God, her and her 7-Eleven fix. Anyway, but yeah, it's just, see, now I lost my train of thought. Oh, Sandy pulled the card. She said Bojangles, but only if I'm in a state that only if there's Bojangles nearby. Of course, the only place where there's like Bojangles on every exit is here in the Carolinas. So if I'm here, I'm good. If I'm in Omaha, Nebraska, I'm fucked. So
Dana Ricker says some apples. Apples are good.
Yes.
Eating healthy is good.
Yes.
Water, apples, some broccoli. I love broccoli.
So if you're a road musician, like a lot of the folks that are going to be watching this and are going to be in the comments that might not be preference number one. We may not be Doug Stanhope, but we're not eating totally healthy. Oh boy, Red Bull, Sandy. Oh boy,
Red Bull, yes, energy drinks, like especially if you're a musician that's going out on tour.
That's one thing I won't do. I cannot stand energy drinks because when you have energy drinks, it tastes like liquefied sweet tarts. It's horrible. It's terrible. Amp especially. Amp, I'm telling you, that shit tastes exactly like liquefied sweet tarts. Hello,
I have a story about Amp energy drinks. Like,
oh God, we might could save that for after, or not. I don't know.
You're the guest. We're not talking about me.
That's fair. That's fair. This is the classic thing on any interview thing I do. It just goes. It just hangs a hard right and goes off. It leaves the interstate and goes through a cornfield. That's what it does.
You're fine.
Someone says beer didn't get mentioned. The staple food of road musicians.
I think maybe that CJ Peters is saying that. I don't know. Or just his Facebook user. Hello, Facebook user. And yeah, you're right. Yes. We should have mentioned beer.
Even though I don't drink that often. But anyway, please proceed.
Please proceed. Now I gotta come up with some really good questions. What would be your dream venue to play in?
Oh, that's another really good question. I do like I don't know why I'm like this. I don't really know why I'm such a stickler about this. But whatever venue I'm seeing a concert in, I love to see it on the inside first before I go. So, and I love like theaters that are really visually, like, they just present themselves well. Like, God, probably the Fox in Atlanta. Fox Theater in Atlanta. A good intimate outdoor gig, like maybe the Greek Theater in California. Someplace like that. Nothing huge, nothing huge like an arena, but and there's some like intimate venues that are good. And I know this ain't around anymore, but some place like, I don't know, like maybe like the 930 Club in DC, not the 930, the Cellar Door in Washington DC. Just as long as the vibe was there and the good energy was there, I would really enjoy it, and how it looks.
Yeah. I think that my dream venue, if I had to pick, would be, not so much like a stage, like not performing in front of people. I guess I would say like my dream recording studio would be Bearsville Studios near Woodstock, New York. Because some of my favorite bands had the honor of recording albums in Bearsville.
What did you say the name of that was?
Bearsville Studios. Yeah.
REM recorded there.
Yeah.
They recorded I think they recorded Green, Out of Time, and part of Automatic at Bearsville.
I tried to get an internship there, but they never returned my phone calls.
Oh, no.
Oh, well. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But that at Bearsville, I could talk hours and hours about Bearsville Studios. So, but the acoustic stairs is great. And then like there's a band out of Atlanta that I'm a huge fan of. Well, they used to be a band. I don't think that they play together anymore, but they're called Injected, and they're out of Atlanta, and they recorded there, and their record producer there was actually Butch Walker, who is another one of my favorite musicians.
Wow.
So, what instrument do you not know how to play that you want to learn how to play?
I could fire off a laundry list on that. But the three that comes to mind, piano, obviously. I don't have the hand-eye coordination for piano. Violin is another one. And 5-string banjo. I know enough on the 5-string banjo to get by. Nothing intricate or anything like that. I know basic chords. So I do know just a little bit about that, but I would love to know more. And then violin and piano. Anytime I see someone going live playing either instrument, especially someone like Travis Lohman out there in Vegas, he's a fucking amazing piano player. And anytime I see someone just killing it on the piano or the violin, I'm just like, I need to learn how to play this. I need to learn how to play this. And maybe one of these days when I get the time, I will. I know Rita Scott, who I play with at the Phipps store a lot, has offered to teach me how to play the fiddle, but I've never really gotten back to her on that out of intimidation. So it's but I'll get there one of these days.
I have a violin and I tried playing it once. Didn't go so well.
You know who you remind me of in that regard? Sylvia. You remind me so much of Sylvia because she's got, of course, she just posted a video of her playing banjo. She's got banjo, she's got uke, she's got guitar. I think she too has a violin, maybe, though I'm not exactly sure. And of course, she's got cajones and hand drums and ankle bells and foot bells and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So she's well taken care of in that regard.
I've got a collection of instruments. I have a mandolin, a violin, a few guitars. I have a Spanish guitar. I have quite a few ukuleles.
Let me run down. Okay, so I've got my 12-string right here, the new one that I got in Atlanta. I've got one of my other, I got 3 of them. I've got my second one, my guild, my 79 guild that looks every day of it, sitting over there. Behind it is a Fender Classical that I need to get restrung. I've got my other 12 string, my Blue Ridge, which is out of commission because the tuners are weird. I've got 2 mandolins here, though I still don't know how to play Losing My Religion, much to Renee's chagrin. I have a ukulele here. I have my first guitar, my first act over there. And what you don't see in the attic is that I have a 6-string banjo and an Alvarez 6-string guitar, which is just damaged beyond hope.
Oh, wow.
But yes.
Oh, thank you, Julie. I'm sending hugs your way too. Thank you for the comment on my artwork. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody in here. Like, hello and thank you for being here. I think Julio's trying to sell chili dogs in the audience.
chili dogs and ice cold. What's that shit he drinks? Rolling Rock.
Yeah, Rolling Rock, chili dogs.
Oh boy!
And Sandy's mentioning Taco Bell.
Although now she's fawning over Chick-fil-A.
Oh, Chick-fil-A! You know, you're gonna
even though Zaxby's and Bojangles is better.
I have never tried Chick-fil-A a day in my life.
That's okay. Okay, we're remedying this the next time we all get together. So, even though Zaxby's and Bojangles are both better, but that's just my 2 cents.
I like Bojangles is all right, but I used to work at a KFC, so.
Oh, KFC! I wouldn't give that stuff to a dog.
Oh.
That's oh god. You get something from KFC and you can see it breathing on your plate. It's oh god. No, Julio, I didn't call Rolling Rock shit. I didn't call it shit at all. I was just trying to think of the name of it.
He said, "What's the name of that shit?" That's what he said.
Yeah, what's the name of that shit? And then it came to me, Rolling Rock. For the record, I've never had Rolling Rock in my entire life. So anyway, we're getting wildly off topic to the surprise of no one. So
it's us. Like we're talking about anything.
That's a God. Could you imagine a stream with me, you, and Renee on it? We would talk for 3 hours and not hit on a single subject.
And I'm the type of person who changes subjects left and right.
Yes, Renee is too, and I am too. We could go from nuclear physics, son of a bitch. I thought you'd never ask. Just stuff like that.
I think Sylvia might be in here. Somebody's saying, "Hey, y'all."
Someone does have that little flower emoji going. If it's Sylvia, please say so, because you're only coming up as Facebook user.
Hello to whoever sent the beautiful flower.
Yes, and Dana is wanting to subject me to Rolling Rock. I fear to ask what that entails. Oh boy.
That's funny. I think that, if I could learn any instrument, I would like to become proficient with the mandolin, because I love how mandolins sound. They're so beautiful.
Oh, it was Kelly. It was Kelly that left the flower. Kelly McCoy up there on Long Island. Oh, good old Kelly joining us from Long Island. So, you're saying about the mandolin?
What album would you have on repeat in your record player, CD player, however you choose to do it?
That's cruel and unusual punishment, having to make me choose just one. Because I could name 100. I could name 100, and I've got a bunch of them in bags up there. I've got one bag there from when I went to Georgia last summer, the Decatur Wuck Street Records location. I've got another one on top of. I got another one sandwiched in the middle. I got from a record store at the Battery in Atlanta when I went to the World Series to watch the Braves. And then the bag on top is the bag that I got from Wuck Street in Athens when I went there. I spent a freaking week in Athens, and I spent a week in Athens last summer, and it didn't take until the last part of the KMH trip this year to finally get to Wuck Street in Athens.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't think I could pick one album. Like, I have too many musicians that I absolutely adore. And like, there's a lot of talented musician in our pool of friends. Like, there's some of them that I would have their albums on repeat.
Yes.
They're very talented.
I actually have Lars Nagel's American Honey album right over there.
Oh, there you go. See, there's so many.
And you already know when Lars puts his third solo record out sometime this year, I'm going to be playing the shit out of it too.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. I wish that I would have kept up with playing guitar and like got good at writing my own music. I think if kept up playing, then I would be a lot further along than I am now.
Yes. If I had stuck with the guitar since I was 8 years old, I'd probably be touring the country right now. But nope, I'm here. But I like where I am right now.
I just piddle around on the ukulele, and I keep telling my husband I'm going to get my guitar out. I'm going to get my guitar out. I'm going to get my guitar out. I really need to get my guitar out.
You should. Right now.
It's put up. It's put up.
But
I am trying to write my own music. So
there you go. There you go. So what other burning questions do you have to know about me?
Well, let's see if anybody in the audience has a question.
Oh, God, don't turn to them. They're savages. No.
Any questions in the audience? Julio, Julie, anybody?
This cans of worms are about to be opened. Dana says the train is still in the station in regards to, I don't know what he was referring to.
I think me playing guitar and stuff. I think that's what he was talking about.
What do I know about Julie says, what do I know about Missouri? I know nothing about Missouri other than Kansas City and St. Louis and Columbia are there. She wanted to know what I knew about Missouri, and I told her.
See, my daughter was born in Missouri, and I came from the St. Louis, Missouri area, so I'm very familiar with Missouri.
There you go. Someone asks, do I have a special someone? I'm not going to discern that. We'll just keep that quiet for now.
I always said that,
Julio.
when okay.
Julio just pitched a great question at me. What would you like to complete as a musician? I'd like to have my music out there on a national level. I would love to tour a lot of my favorite places. But really, what I would love to do is, if I can make someone forget their worries with my music, even if it's only for 5 minutes, I've accomplished something truly magical in that regard. So if I can make someone happy, that means more to me than any amount of money could.
Yeah.
Dana says, what's 3 things that come to mind when someone says Canada? Neil Young, Gordon Lightfoot, Bruce Cockburn. There you go. And I know Dana's a fan of all 3. as am I. So I've actually I saw Gordon Lightfoot in concert once upon a time.
That's
He came to Wilkesboro, North Carolina. He came to Wilkesboro, played at, I think it's the Walker Center there at WCC. He played for like 90 something minutes, and he was on fire that night. I've searched the internet for a long time looking for a recording of that concert, not found it yet. But if I do, that's going to be a really good day.
What's the first concert that you ever went to?
Oh God. I'm ashamed to say this. And I did not go to this concert of my own volition. But the first concert I ever attended, and y'all are going to laugh when I say this, it was the Judd Sisters at App State. It was the Judd Sisters at App State. I don't know why I said yes. Oh God! But they were playing at Kid Brewer, because what they do in the summer at App is, like they'll bring like national acts in, because hell, you'd have to bribe them to get to come to Boone, North Carolina. But oh God, Boone is okay. What's the major college town near you when you were in Southern Illinois? Carbondale?
Yep.
Okay, so Boone is our Carbondale. So it's, as I say, App State is there, and it's a great place. It really is. But nobody fucking comes there because it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. So, but yeah, I've seen the Judd Sisters there. I've seen, was it Little Big Town there? I think it was Little Big Town there. Why have I been? No, Dana, that's a major regret of mine. I have never seen James Taylor in concert. Never seen him in concert, and I would so love to. I have friends that have, and they say he's just incredible as a musician. So Sandy is asking a huge question here. She says, how did I learn the 12 string? Now the 12 string, it's in the words of Leo Kottke, it's like a 6 string but lumpier, because you've obviously got twice as many strings, and you've got a wider neck on a 12 than you do a 6. But how I learned, well, the first person I heard to finger pick one with any regularity, of course, was Leo Kottke. And once I think me finding out about Leo came about the time that I got with Steve Lewis, because, like I say, he knows so much about great guitarists, and I stumbled across Leo, and I was floored by what I heard. And I think the first song of Leo's I heard, which I'm not going to play, I can't play it, but it's a song called Part 2 off of his Guitar Music album. Is that true? Dana Ricker says that James Taylor is touring with Jackson Browne right now.
That would be cool.
I love James Taylor. I love Jackson Browne.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that Lars Nagel has seen Jackson Browne multiple times, and I'm so excited. He's seen Bob Dylan multiple times too. Jamie, listen to this. Listen to this. Lars and Heidi and Sylvia and Jeff, and I think a couple of Diane was with them too.
Yeah.
Saw Bob Dylan when he played at the Fox in Atlanta.
I wish I could have seen him.
Oh God. Someone says, I love Jackson Brown. I think that might actually be Lars in the comments. I believe that actually is Lars. I think that's Swedish Elvis in the comments.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Sandy, I am not, well, I'm a mix of both. You know, Steve Lewis, he showed me a lot about how to play bluegrass music. He showed me really how to do some basic finger picking, and I just built on it from there. But yeah, it's like I say, I'm a mix of both. I'm always looking to learn more as I'm going forward, and I've got a head full of ideas. I got a head full of ideas, and I actually have a place to take them now because because some of y'all know this, but not everybody does. This summer, Tom Cheshire, who I don't know if he's here right now, but if he is going to be recording me. He's going to be recording my music. And I'm bringing every damn one of you on for this. I'm bringing you, I'm bringing Renee, I'm bringing Lars and Diane and Tom and Aria and everybody. Everybody that says yes. And even if they don't say yes, damn it, they're coming on because I want them on. So
I like singing. I love singing.
There you go. You could do what Sylvia's wanting to do because I think she's wanting to put together like an all ladies like drumming thing where it's just like hand drums and cajones and stuff like that. She already has Diana board.
That would be awesome. I haven't done a drum circle in forever, and I love drum circles.
There you go. Just get in touch with Sylvia and see what she can do for you.
You're gonna play us a tune?
If you want me to.
Play us a tune.
So, okay, this is where it gets a little bit awkward because as in addition to being the guest, I'm also the director of this. And it seems weird having to put Jamie in the green room of her own show. But at any rate, and I'll have to turn off my echo cancellation because if I don't, it'll sound like I'm underwater when I'm playing. So I'll go solo now, though Jamie is still here. This is where I took the wrong person solo. Sorry about that. So now here we go. Jamie is still here, though I am going to put the mute on her, and I'm going to undo my echo cancellation, though I'll have to turn it back on when I'm talking. Otherwise, it'll cancellation is now off. And I'm going to play this. This is something, by the way, I'm sitting at a weird angle, so I don't really know. Well, this works. So this is a tune called For Renee. And yes, it is named for our Renee. Okay. If I don't mess this up, here we go. Okay. So what do you want to know about that?
I got to see that one live, so it was awesome.
Yeah, though I had to take the finger picks off halfway through because it was just. Ugh. So yes, that was one that you saw live.
It was really good.
I had that song. I had the tune of it for a long time, but I couldn't figure out a name for it. And I played it on a live, and Renee popped in and she said, "Oh, I love it when you play this song." And so I gave the song her name. So there we go. So that's how that works.
Sandy
Oh shit! There is
Sanders.
echo. Shit. I knew I'd forget that as sure as the world. I'll have to turn my echo cancellation. I knew sure as day I would forget that.
It's okay.
With echo cancellation, when I'm doing a stream, I always forget to turn it on.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing when I'm doing like ranting and racing, I'll forget to turn it off, and we'll have sometimes 5 or 6 people on the show, and it just becomes a disaster. But I don't know it until I watch the replay.
Oh, that was a really good song. I'm happy that I got to see it live. It's really good.
Thank you.
Do you name your instruments?
No, I am not one of those people. I know some people are like that, and I don't put them down for it. It's just not my thing, you know. I won't say it's stupid because it's not. You know, some people have nicknames for certain instruments, but it's just not what I do.
I named mine. I had a green Fender guitar that I absolutely miss. I had to sell it for reasons, but it was a flat Strat, and it was emerald green, which is my birthstone, and I named it Emerald, like after the chef Emerald Lagasse, because I'd be like, bam.
Anyway, I was just fooling around here with something. So, what else do you have? Do you want me to play another song? Do you have a question? What is the deal?
I know that somebody a while back asked if you have ever swam in the ocean.
I've been in the ocean, but I've never swam in it. I don't swim. I can drown like a professional, but I can't swim.
I'm guessing that that's Julio saying that all his guitars have horror actress names. That Fred knows what's up. I'm guessing that's Julio.
Yeah, I think it is too.
If you want to play another tune, that's cool.
Okay, so I'll have to. This is one time where I wish Renee was here because she could turn my echo cancellation off. She could put me solo all without even trying. So I will turn my echo cancellation off. And when you do, please put yourself on mute so it doesn't sound like we're talking in a warehouse. So we'll do that. The echo cancellation is off. And I'll put myself solo again. And then I'll ruminate on something I might could play. So this piece does not have a name. It doesn't have a name, and it requires that I get detuned. I'm going into drop D, and this guitar is a bit weird. When you tune the bass E string, or when you tune it down, like where I am now, because I'm pitched down a step, when I put it from its D into C, the bass E tuner like moves down a little bit, and it's really weird. But it's worth it, as you can tell by that sound. Okay, so this does not have a name as of yet. Let me see if I can remember how it goes. Okay. Don't speak yet until I exit echo cancellation. Turn it back on. Okay. Now it should be on.
Yay! Okay.
There we are. There we
That
are.
was amazing. That was really, really good.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
Any parting questions before we turn the... Who's next in the fundraiser? Do you remember?
It's Jules, Julio.
Julio! Julio is up next, and then you get to see me again.
Yay!
I'm sure everybody is just brimming with joy about that. But you get to see me again at 7 Eastern when I do Under the Influences with Sandy D.
Yay! Sandy.
So, any parting questions at all?
Tana asks, what is the secret for playing a gig with a crew?
Just power through. Just power through. That's all you can do.
Poor Dana.
Oh.
Well, I really appreciate you being on my show.
Thank you.
It's been awesome.
It's
Oh,
there's still echo, says Dana.
oh no.
Unless he's pulling my leg. I have my echo cancellation turned on.
Yeah, I think I hear it.
Oh, great. So, at any rate, we'll see where it shakes out in the wash. Jamie, thank you for having me on the show. And let me see if your echo cancellation is on. If it is, we'll be okay. It is. Okay, that's a bit interesting. So, better it happen at the end of the show. Better at the end of the show than at the start. So, Jamie, again, thank you for having me on your show. It was a thrill to be on, even though I'm not a guest on people's shows very often. Thank you so very much for having me, and I'll let you close this out. Wait, hold on. I did it again. Okay, there you go.
Thank you, everybody, for being in the audience and for all the wonderful comments and questions. I really, really appreciate you all. And Ilana's here. I see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Julie, Julio, Ilana, Candy, everyone who has been here. I really appreciate you. Stay tuned. Stick around. Julio is coming up next. Jules. And there's more fun to continue. As always, love, hugs, blessings. Catch you on the flip side.
Oh, no. Okay, hold on. Let me hit end broadcast. Whew. Okay, first,